This cheap food helps recover your muscles faster than meat after 50. If you were asked today to name the single best food for muscle recovery after the age of 60, what would your immediate response be? Most likely, your mind would jump to familiar answers, perhaps red meat or lean chicken or even eggs. This is what nearly everyone would instinctively suggest, and it appears to make perfect sense, doesn't it? For virtually our entire lives, we have been told, repeatedly, that to build and maintain strong muscles, a diet rich in animal protein is absolutely essential. The prevailing wisdom has always been a straightforward equation. The more meat you consume, the more muscle you will ultimately develop. However, there exists a crucial piece of information, a concept that warrants careful and calm consideration because it has the power to fundamentally alter our entire understanding of nutrition and dietary choices once we reach a certain age, particularly beyond the 6th decade of life. Consider this. There is a remarkably accessible food, one that typically costs less than $2, readily available in almost any neighborhood grocery store or corner shop. This humble food has been under the close scrutiny of medical science for years, emerging as an incredibly potent tool for the more efficient recovery and regeneration of muscle mass, specifically after the age of 60. And when we say more efficient, we don't mean simply as good as or equal to. We mean it surpasses the efficacy of red meat in this vital process. This isn't some exotic new discovery, nor is it eggs, chicken, or any expensive protein powder or supplement that floods your social media feeds with advertisements. It is a simple, unassuming food, one that likely graced the tables of your mother and your grandmother, a staple in countless households, which modern science is now emphatically rediscovering as a powerful ally against sarcopenia. Sarcopenia, for those unfamiliar, is the insidious and progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and function that silently robs millions of individuals, particularly in Latin America and indeed worldwide, of their fundamental strength, their precious mobility, and ultimately their cherished independence after the age of 60. It is a condition that significantly impacts quality of life, often going unnoticed until its effects become profoundly debilitating. Let me share a poignant example from my own clinical experience. Don Roberto, a gentleman of 68 years, arrived at my consultation room in a state where he could barely manage to climb a single flight of stairs. His legs, once strong and steady, now trembled uncontrollably with even the slightest exertion. He required assistance to simply rise from a chair, a task that had once been effortless. His wife, distraught and tearful, watched helplessly as the vibrant, strong, active, and self-assured man she had known and loved for decades seemed to be fading away before her very eyes. Don Roberto recounted that he ate meat every single day without fail. Steaks, breaded cutlets, milanesas, hearty beef stews. This had been his lifelong dietary practice. He had always believed with unwavering conviction that this regimen would keep him strong, and for many, many years, it indeed seemed to work. But something, he admitted, had fundamentally changed. His body no longer responded in the same way. Each passing month brought a discernible decrease in his strength, and each month he faced a little more difficulty in performing basic movements. I asked him to make a change in his diet, a seemingly simple adjustment. He initially thought I was surely exaggerating, perhaps even being overly cautious. However, just 8 weeks later, Don Roberto ascended the stairs to my office entirely on his own, without pausing, without any tremor in his legs. This remarkable transformation underscored the power of targeted nutritional intervention. In this discussion, I will not only reveal what this extraordinary food is, but I will also explain in detail why it functions more effectively than meat for muscle recovery after the age of 60. Furthermore, I will guide you on how to prepare it correctly to maximize its benefits. And crucially, I will expose the common error that most people make, an error that regrettably transforms this potential superfood into nothing short of a pure waste. Stay with me. Every single minute of this information could literally translate into years of restored strength and independence in your legs, fundamentally improving your quality of life. I am Dr. Carlos Mendez, and what I am about to share with you is not new information. It is knowledge that medical science has possessed for quite some time, though it has perhaps not been widely disseminated to the general public. Firstly, there is a pervasive and deeply ingrained idea that urgently needs reevaluation. The notion that to gain muscle, one must consume vast quantities of meat. On the surface, this certainly appears reasonable, doesn't it? Meat is unequivocally rich in protein, and protein is universally recognized as the fundamental building block for muscle tissue. Therefore, the simple intuitive logic follows. The more meat you eat, the more muscle you will build. It's a straightforward equation, seemingly unassailable. However, after the age of 60, this seemingly simple logic no longer holds true in precisely the same manner. Medical professionals and researchers have been observing this phenomenon for many years now, and the evidence is compelling. When you were in your 30s, your body operated as an incredibly efficient machine for nutrient absorption. You could eat a steak, and your digestive system would adeptly utilize almost every single component of it. The protein would be meticulously broken down into its constituent amino acids, which would then be efficiently absorbed into your bloodstream, delivering the essential fuel your muscles required for growth and repair. But once you cross the threshold of 60 years of age, that finely tuned system undergoes significant and discernible changes. The stomach, for instance, begins to produce less hydrochloric acid, the crucial acid responsible for effectively breaking down the complex protein structures found in meat. Simultaneously, the production of digestive enzymes, vital catalysts for nutrient breakdown, also diminishes. The intestine itself tends to become more sluggish, leading to an increased transit time for food. The cumulative result of these age-related physiological shifts is profound. You might consume the exact same steak you've always enjoyed, yet your body is now capable of extracting and utilizing far less of its nutritional value. Protein that is not digested properly does not and cannot reach your muscles where it is needed. Instead, it is essentially lost, often fermenting in the intestine, leading to uncomfortable symptoms such as gas, general malaise, and, crucially, inflammation throughout the body. And this, precisely, is the pivotal point that completely redefines everything. Red meat, particularly when consumed regularly by individuals over the age of 60, generates a level of inflammation within the body that can, paradoxically, be more detrimental than beneficial to your muscles. I fully acknowledge that this assertion might contradict everything you have been led to believe and have heard for years, but the accumulating scientific evidence is strikingly clear. Chronic inflammation stands as the single greatest enemy of muscle mass preservation and growth in older age. It actively blocks protein synthesis, the very process by which muscles repair and rebuild themselves. In simpler terms, even if the protein somehow manages to reach the muscle tissue, if the body is in a state of chronic inflammation, the muscle simply cannot effectively utilize that protein to reconstruct itself. It's an analogy that paints a vivid picture. Imagine attempting to construct a sturdy wall while, simultaneously, someone right beside you is actively demolishing every single brick you meticulously place. You build, and inflammation relentlessly destroys. You carefully position a brick, and inflammation immediately knocks it down. And red meat, despite its inherent nutritional value, is unfortunately one of the primary dietary sources of inflammation in the diets of those over 60. This is a pattern that is observed with alarming frequency in clinical practice. What makes this situation even more complex and insidious is that this inflammation rarely manifests as pain, it doesn't cause fever, and it doesn't present clear, obvious warning signs. It is a silent, cumulative, and constant process. Individuals often attribute their declining strength and mobility to the natural process of just getting old, when in reality, there is an active biological process at play. One that can be significantly modified and positively influenced through concrete, informed dietary choices. This silent inflammatory process contributes significantly to the accelerated loss of muscle, often leaving individuals feeling helpless and resigned to their fate. This recurring pattern of patients experiencing muscle loss despite what they believe is a healthy, protein-rich diet is one I encounter in my consulting room time and time again. So, what then is the truly effective alternative? The answer, quite simply, is the sardine. Yes, you read that correctly, the humble sardine. That small, unassuming tin found at your local market costing mere pennies. I understand completely that it might seem far too simple, perhaps even too humble, to be the answer to such a significant health challenge. You were likely expecting something exotic, some imported superfood with an unpronounceable name or a hefty price tag. But the truth is, the sardine is arguably the most complete and potent food source available for individuals over the age of 60 who are striving to recover and rebuild lost muscle mass. And what is perhaps most striking isn't its incredibly affordable price. It's the fact that this nutritional powerhouse has always been there, readily accessible to everyone, tucked away in grandparents' pantries, gracing the simplest tables across Latin America and beyond. Medical science, it must be admitted, took an astonishingly long time to fully recognize the profound merit and array of benefits that this small fish truly deserves. Today, however, that merit is not only recognized, but is widely and robustly backed by an ever-growing body of scientific research and clinical observation. Allow me to demonstrate precisely why this is the case. A single, unassuming can of sardines typically contains, on average, a remarkable 25 grams of exceptionally high-quality protein. This is roughly the same amount of muscle-building protein found in a chicken fillet, all conveniently packed into a small tin that can easily fit into your pocket or handbag. Yet, what truly elevates the sardine to a superior position compared to red meat is not merely the quantity of its protein, it is the comprehensive nutritional package it delivers. Sardines are extraordinarily rich in omega-3 fatty acids, present in very high concentrations. Omega-3, as research consistently shows, is arguably the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compound that nature itself provides. While red meat, particularly after the age of 60, tends to exacerbate systemic inflammation, sardines actively work to reduce it. While red meat, through the inflammation it generates, inadvertently hinders protein synthesis, sardines facilitate this vital process because they simultaneously deliver the essential protein and effectively eliminate the inflammatory obstacle. To return to our earlier analogy of the wall, red meat provides you with the bricks, protein, but it also brings along someone who is actively tearing them down, inflammation. The sardine, on the other hand, provides you with the bricks, protein, and, crucially, sends the destroyer home, reduces inflammation. This is precisely why medical science has observed for some time that protein derived from fish, especially from small, fatty fish like sardines, is utilized far more efficiently by the muscles of older individuals compared to protein from red meat. And this is merely the beginning, because the humble sardine holds far more nutritional treasures than most people could ever imagine. Its benefits extend well beyond simple protein delivery and inflammation reduction, offering comprehensive health boost. Most people generally perceive sardines as just fish, plain and simple. However, when one takes a closer look at their complete nutritional composition, it becomes truly astonishing just how much they offer within such a small, economical package. There are at least 5 key benefits that very few people typically associate with sardines, and the 5th one, in particular, is often the most surprising and impactful. Firstly, natural leucine. Leucine is not just any amino acid. It is universally recognized as the single most critical amino acid for muscle construction and repair. It acts as the on switch, effectively activating the process of protein synthesis within the muscle cells. Without sufficient leucine, the body may receive protein, but it doesn't quite know how to effectively utilize it for muscle building. Sardines are naturally and abundantly rich in leucine, with each can providing a significant and beneficial dose of this indispensable amino acid. It's almost as if the sardines come pre-packaged with the construction materials and the instruction manual on how to use them, all in one go. Many individuals spend considerable fortunes on expensive leucine supplements, unaware that they could simply achieve the same, if not better results, by incorporating humble sardines into their diet. Secondly, calcium for strong bones. When you consume canned sardines, you are also quite literally eating the tiny, soft bones within them. And these bones are an incredibly rich and bioavailable source of calcium. This calcium goes directly to your bones, the very bones that provide the essential structural support for the muscles you are actively striving to recover and strengthen. Strong muscles built upon a weak, fragile skeletal structure are inherently unstable and ultimately serve little purpose. It's akin to installing a powerful, high-performance engine in a car with a rusted, compromised chassis. Eventually, the entire structure will give way under the strain. Sardines offer the remarkable advantage of strengthening both muscle and bone simultaneously, providing a holistic approach to musculoskeletal health. Thirdly, vitamin D. After the age of 60, vitamin D deficiency becomes a highly prevalent and well-documented pattern across many populations worldwide, including Latin America. As we age, the body's ability to produce vitamin D through skin exposure to sunlight diminishes. Furthermore, intestinal absorption of this vital nutrient also decreases. Without adequate vitamin D, calcium is not absorbed correctly into the bones, muscles become notably weaker, and the risk of debilitating falls increases significantly. Sardines are one of the very few natural dietary sources of vitamin D. A single can contribute a substantial portion of your daily recommended intake, helping to counteract this widespread deficiency and its associated health risks. Fourthly, easy digestion. Recall what I mentioned earlier about the reduction in stomach acid production after the age of 60. Red meat, with its dense protein structure, demands an enormous digestive effort from the body. Sardines, in stark contrast, do not. Their protein is inherently softer, far easier for the aging digestive system to break down, and consequently, much quicker to absorb. The digestive system of an individual over 60 is able to extract and utilize a significantly greater proportion of the protein from sardines than from meat. It's like the fundamental difference between attempting to cut through a thick, stubborn log with a dull knife versus effortlessly slicing a ripe, soft banana. The end result, consuming protein, might seem similar, but the physiological effort and efficiency involved are entirely disparate. This makes sardines an ideal choice for sensitive digestive systems. Fifth, and this is often the most surprising benefit, heart protection. There is a strong and well-established link between sarcopenia and cardiac problems. They frequently go hand in hand. Individuals who experience significant muscle loss after the age of 60 face a statistically much higher risk of suffering from various heart-related issues. These two conditions are, in many respects, two sides of the same coin of age-related decline. The omega-3 fatty acids found in sardines do not solely protect your muscles. They also offer profound protection for your cardiovascular system. They help to safeguard your arteries, reduce levels of bad cholesterol, LDL, significantly lower blood pressure, and help to regulate your heart rhythm, reducing the risk of arrhythmias. Therefore, while you are actively consuming sardines to regain strength in your legs and improve your mobility, they are simultaneously and silently working to protect your most vital organ, your heart. This means two major health concerns are being addressed by a single, affordable food source. The medical community is increasingly aware and well-versed in this multifaceted protective effect. Before we delve deeper, I want to make a heartfelt request that comes directly from my core conviction. If today you have learned something that has the potential to safeguard your own health or the well-being of someone you deeply care about, if this information has ignited even a small spark of understanding or hope within you, then you possess something incredibly powerful to help us continue our mission. It costs you absolutely nothing, yet for this channel and the educational content we strive to create, it can mean everything. Please, take a moment to engage. Scroll left on the comments section and you will find the like button. By simply pressing it, you will be actively boosting this channel, signaling to YouTube and to the wider world that this valuable content deserves to be seen by more people. Your engagement truly helps us to continue bringing you the very best evidence-based information. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let us now proceed to the next crucial point. While understanding that the sardine is a remarkably powerful food is undoubtedly important, it is simply not enough to achieve tangible results. What truly matters, and what sets apart those who succeed from those who don't, is knowing how to use it correctly. Because, yes, there is indeed a correct way to incorporate sardines into your diet for muscle recovery, and there is also a decidedly wrong way. The wrong approach will not only fail to produce the desired results, but, in some cases, can even be counterproductive and potentially harmful. This next section is the most practical part of our discussion. It is where information transcends theory and transforms into actionable steps you can implement immediately. First, let's talk about frequency. It is insufficient to simply eat sardines once a week and then expect miraculous results in your muscle mass. For the positive effects on muscle mass and strength to be truly noticeable and sustained, the most sensible approach is to consume them at least 3 times per week. Ideally, for optimal benefits, you should aim for 4 or even 5 times per week. I understand that. This might sound like a significant commitment, but consider this. A single can of sardines costs less than a cup of coffee at virtually any corner store. If you were to consume 4 cans per week, your total expenditure would be less than what many spend on a single luxury coffee drink. Tell me, what expensive protein supplement can offer all of these profound benefits for such an incredibly modest price? The cost efficiency is unparalleled. Second, regarding the best time for muscle recovery, the optimal moment to consume sardines is typically at lunchtime. Why is this specific timing so important? Because it is primarily during the afternoon and evening hours that the body performs the vast majority of its essential muscle repair and rebuilding processes. By consuming sardines at midday, you ensure that a steady supply of their readily available amino acids is present and circulating in your bloodstream precisely when your organism needs them most for this critical nocturnal repair work. However, there's a subtle yet important detail that hardly anyone ever mentions. If you engage in any form of physical activity, even something as moderate as a brisk 20-minute walk, it is highly beneficial to consume your sardines within the hour immediately following your exercise session. During this post-exercise window, your muscles are maximally receptive to nutrients, akin to a dry sponge eagerly ready to absorb water. This is known as the anabolic window, and utilizing it can significantly enhance muscle repair and growth. Third, strategic combination. Sardines, even on their own, are undeniably potent. However, when thoughtfully combined with certain other foods, their beneficial effects can be exponentially multiplied, leading to synergistic results where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Sardines with lemon. The vitamin C abundant in fresh lemon significantly enhances the absorption of iron from the sardines, and it also potentiates or boosts the powerful anti-inflammatory effect of the omega-3s. This is precisely what nutritionists refer to as a synergistic combination. 1 + 1, in this case, yields 3 or more in terms of overall benefit. The bright, acidic note of the lemon also complements the flavor profile of the sardines beautifully. Sardines with sweet potato, camote or batata dulce. Sweet potatoes provide complex carbohydrates that are absorbed slowly into the bloodstream. These carbohydrates play a crucial role in helping to transport the amino acids from the sardines directly to your muscle cells. Without at least a minimum amount of carbohydrate, the protein, regardless of its quality, simply cannot reach its intended destination within the muscles as efficiently. Here, many individuals make a very common and regrettable mistake. They completely eliminate carbohydrates from their diet, mistakenly believing they are adhering to a perfectly healthy eating plan. But without carbohydrates, the protein lacks its essential transport mechanism. It's like having valuable merchandise sitting idle in a warehouse with no trucks available to deliver it to its customers. A modest portion of slow-release carbohydrates is vital. Sardines with avocado. The healthy monounsaturated fats found in avocado enhance the absorption of the fat-soluble vitamins present in sardines, particularly vitamin D. Additionally, avocado itself contributes another natural anti-inflammatory compound to the equation, further bolstering the sardines' benefits. This combination represents a truly complete, profoundly nutritious, and remarkably easy-to-prepare meal that can be enjoyed in any Latin American household, or indeed, any home worldwide. You don't need a sophisticated gourmet kitchen or expensive, hard-to-find ingredients. Simply an opened can of sardines, half a ripe avocado, and a few drops of fresh lemon juice are all it takes to create a powerhouse meal. Fourth, let's address the preparation method and, crucially, the common error I promised to reveal from the very beginning. The most frequent and, regrettably, the most severe error people commit when preparing sardines is frying them. I know, fried sardines are absolutely delicious. They are wonderfully crispy, incredibly flavorful, and undeniably satisfying. And that, precisely, is where the core problem lies. When you fry sardines, two detrimental things occur simultaneously. First, the precious omega-3 fatty acids, the very cornerstone of the sardine's superior anti-inflammatory power that makes it so much more beneficial than meat for muscle recovery, are tragically destroyed by the excessive heat of frying. You are left with the protein, yes, but you lose the critical differential, the unique advantage that sets sardines apart. Fried sardines effectively become little more than generic fish meat, stripped of their most powerful and unique health benefits. Second, the oil used for frying, especially common vegetable oils, often adds a significant load of inflammatory fats to your meal. So, in addition to losing the potent, natural anti-inflammatory benefits, you are actively introducing more inflammation into your body. It truly is the worst of both worlds. I understand this might be difficult to hear, especially for those who cherish the taste of fried sardines, but it is a scientifically established fact that medical professionals are well aware of. The best and most effective ways to consume sardines for optimal muscle recovery, listed in order of preference, are as follows. 1. First and best option, canned sardines al natural in water and salt. These already come cooked and are perfectly ready for consumption. All you need to do is open the can, perhaps add a squeeze of fresh lemon, and enjoy. The delicate omega-3s are fully intact, the high-quality protein is completely preserved, and all the micronutrients remain in their most beneficial state. 2. Second option. Canned sardines in olive oil. Olive oil itself is known for its anti-inflammatory properties, so it does not nullify the benefits of the sardines. While not quite as ideal as the natural water-packed option due to the added calories and potential for less omega-3 per serving if the oil displaces some fish, it remains an excellent choice. 3. Third option. Fresh sardines baked or grilled. The heat of baking or grilling is generally much gentler and less intense than deep frying, allowing the omega-3s to be better preserved. If your preference is for fresh sardines, this is unequivocally the best method for preparation to retain their health benefits. 4. Please avoid sardines in industrialized tomato sauce. These types of sauces are typically laden with excessive amounts of sugar, sodium, and artificial preservatives, all of which are known to generate systemic inflammation in the body. You might purchase these sardines with the intention of improving your health, but the accompanying sauce effectively cancels out a significant portion of the benefits you seek. If you enjoy tomato sauce, I strongly recommend preparing it at home. Fresh tomatoes, a good quality, olive oil, garlic, and a pinch of salt. Simple, clean, and genuinely healthy. For those who appreciate understanding the deeper why behind things, and I know many of you do, allow me to explain precisely what transpires within your muscle cells when you consistently incorporate sardines into your diet. After the age of 60, the body frequently enters a physiological state that scientists refer to as anabolic resistance. In simpler terms, your muscles become somewhat resistant to the signals that ordinarily trigger their construction and repair. Even when they receive protein, they take longer and require a stronger stimulus to respond and initiate the rebuilding process. It's akin to trying to communicate with someone who is experiencing hearing loss. The message needs to be delivered with greater clarity and intensity to be fully received. However, this anabolic resistance is not an irreversible sentence. It is not a permanent condemnation. The body absolutely retains its capacity to build and strengthen muscle even after the age of 60. It simply requires us to provide the correct and most effective tools. And that, precisely, is the truly good news. The leucine found in sardines speaks louder to your muscles. It is the amino acid that transmits the most potent signal to the muscle cells, unequivocally initiating the reconstruction process. But the omega-3s accomplish something even more profoundly important. They make the muscle more sensitive to that signal. They effectively repair the muscle's hearing. Consequently, the leucine doesn't need to shout as loudly because the muscle is now listening more acutely and responding more readily. This is why the synergistic combination of protein plus omega-3s, exactly what the sardine so perfectly delivers, is fundamentally more powerful for muscle recovery and growth than the pure protein found in red meat alone. Red meat sends the signal, but the inflamed muscle, resistant and deaf, often struggles to hear it. The sardine not only sends a clear, strong signal, but also makes the muscle receptive and eager to listen. This is not mere opinion. It is based on sound clinical observation and scientific understanding. When I elucidated this complex process to Don Roberto, he reflected for a moment, then responded, "Doctor, my entire life I ate meat, believing I was doing good for my muscles. In reality, I was giving construction materials to a deaf worker." I had to laugh, but his poignant observation was absolutely spot on. His analogy perfectly captured the essence of anabolic resistance and the silent inflammation that can undermine even the best intentions. Once you begin to consume sardines regularly, you might wonder, how do you know if it's truly working? The first noticeable sign typically emerges between the second and third week of consistent consumption. And it surprisingly isn't directly in the muscles themselves. It manifests as a significant improvement in your overall energy levels. You'll likely wake up with more vitality, experiencing less heaviness in your body, and finding it noticeably easier to get out of bed. This occurs because before your body can effectively construct new muscle tissue, it first needs to reduce the underlying inflammation that was actively destroying or impeding the existing muscle. The omega-3s perform this crucial preparatory work first, and when systemic inflammation subsides, a cascade of improvements follows. Your energy levels rebound, your mood often elevates, joint pains may diminish, and the quality of your sleep frequently improves dramatically. This is a remarkably consistent effect observed across countless individuals. Many patients in my practice comment that the very first positive change they noticed was sleeping more soundly. waking up feeling less tired and more refreshed, experiencing less knee pain when descending stairs, or finding their backs less stiff upon rising. These are the initial, subtle, yet powerful indications that the anti-inflammatory process is already well underway and that your body is beginning to prepare itself optimally for the subsequent phase of muscle building and strength recovery. Between the 4th and 6th week of consistent sardine consumption, you will typically start to experience tangible, perceptible muscle gain. Your legs will likely feel firmer and stronger. Climbing stairs will become noticeably easier and less strenuous. Rising from a chair will require significantly less effort. Walking longer distances will transform from a daunting challenge into a readily achievable possibility. And by the 8th to 12th week, the positive effects are often clearly visible, not just to you, but to those around you. People will begin to notice your increased activity levels, a change in your gait, and an overall impression of greater strength and vitality. Don Roberto, whose story I shared at the beginning of this discussion, is a perfect testament to this timeline. 8 weeks. Just 8 weeks of incorporating sardines 4 times per week, combined with daily 30-minute walks. And the man who could not ascend a single flight of stairs was once again confidently carrying his grocery bags from the market. His wife called me, crying, this time tears of pure joy and profound relief. Before I continue, I want to take a brief moment to speak to you about something deeply personal. Everything I share on this channel originates from a profound, unwavering conviction that the right information delivered at the right moment possesses the incredible power to fundamentally transform a life. It is with this belief that I decided to consolidate everything I have learned, researched, and observed in my patients over many years and compile it into a comprehensive book. It is titled Salud Plena 60 Plus, Full Health 60 Plus. Its purpose is not to alarm you or to burden you with endless restrictions, but rather to empower you with something far more valuable than any medication: clarity. The profound power of truly understanding your own body and making intelligent, informed decisions about your health. Your body has indeed changed with age, but your inherent capacity to make discerning choices for your well-being has not diminished. If you are genuinely committed to taking your health seriously at this pivotal stage of life, you can explore my book by clicking the button that is currently appearing on your screen. I have also conveniently provided a direct link for you in the description box just below this discussion. Now, let us resume. It is crucial to understand that sardines do not act in isolation. If you consume sardines but then spend the entire day sedentary on the sofa, the resulting benefits will inevitably be minimal. Muscles fundamentally require stimulus to grow and strengthen. Sardines, undeniably, provide the high-quality fuel and essential building blocks. But exercise, even something as simple as a regular walk, a series of chair exercises, or any form of consistent movement, provides the indispensable signal to your muscles to actually use that fuel. The two, working in tandem, are an unbeatable combination. Separated, each is only half as effective. An important observation before we conclude our discussion. If you suffer from elevated uric acid levels or gout, sardines should be consumed with moderation and caution. They contain compounds called purines, which can potentially exacerbate these conditions in some individuals. This does not necessarily mean you cannot eat them at all. It simply means it is prudent to discuss the appropriate quantity for your specific case with your doctor. In clinical experience, moderation is usually sufficient to maintain the benefits without aggravating the condition. Additionally, if you are currently taking anticoagulants, such as warfarin, the omega-3s in sardines can potentially potentiate or increase the effect of the medication, making your blood thinner. Once again, it is imperative to consult with your physician before significantly increasing your sardine consumption. Any necessary dose adjustment of your medication is usually straightforward, but it absolutely requires medical supervision and monitoring. And of course, if you have a diagnosed allergy to fish, this particular food is obviously not suitable for you. However, please stay with me until the very end, because I will provide a valuable alternative in the closing remarks. I emphasize these precautions because information, if not delivered with care and consideration for individual circumstances, can sometimes cause more harm than good. My ultimate goal is for you to live better, not to simply trade one health problem for another. True health is built upon intelligence and informed choices, not just enthusiastic, but potentially misguided effort. I want to convey something from the very depths of my heart. The loss of muscle after the age of 60 is not merely a physical issue confined to your anatomy. It is fundamentally a question of freedom. It is the profound freedom to independently go to the market, to confidently climb stairs without the haunting fear of falling, to comfortably play with your grandchildren on the floor and then effortlessly rise afterwards, to bathe and care for yourself without needing assistance. It is also, profoundly, the dignity of not having to depend on anyone else for life's most simple and fundamental tasks. The cherished possibility of continuing to be your active, present, and capable self. Sarcopenia steals all of this, silently, slowly, day by insidious day. And the heartbreaking reality is that most people only truly become aware of its devastating impact when they have already lost too much, when discussions of a wheelchair become a tangible, frightening reality. When the prospect of a hospital bed is no longer a distant possibility, when their children begin to engage in hushed conversations about what are we going to do about mom, about dad. It does not have to be this way. A single can of sardines will not, on its own, change the entire world, but it absolutely has the power to change your world. It can help to restore the strength that time has been gradually eroding, granting you months, perhaps even years, more of precious independence. And, remarkably, it costs less than a cup of coffee. If this discussion has provided you with valuable insights, please leave a like. Every single like helps ensure this content reaches one more person who is silently losing muscle and doesn't know what steps to take. Share this video generously with someone you know who truly needs it. Your father, your mother, a dear friend, your neighbor. Sometimes people desperately need to hear this message, but no one has yet conveyed it to them. You have the opportunity to be that messenger. Subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell. Every week, I endeavor to bring you information that costs very little, yet holds immense value for anyone who desires to live with strength, vitality, and dignity after the age of 60. For those who, due to allergies or other restrictions, cannot consume sardines, in the very next video, I will reveal an alternative seed that boasts more protein than meat and can be safely consumed by virtually anyone. Don't miss it. A warm embrace from your doctor. Care for your muscles. They are your freedom. We will see you in the next video.